Welcome to 5-day online faculty development program sponsored by Atal Academy on challenges and opportunities on collection, storage and utilization of solar thermal energy, organized by Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar. And welcome to the lecture 9 on solar micro power generation system using thermoelectric effect. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. M. Iswaramurthy. Dr. M. Iswaramurthy is currently working as a professor in Mechanical Engineering Department of Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University, Katra, Jammu and Kashmir. His PhD is from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli in 2011. He did Masters in Energy Technology at Pondicherry Engineering College, Pondicherry in 2004. His BE in Mechanical Engineering is from Kongu Engineering College, Perundurai in 1995. His fields of interest are solar thermal power engineering, computational heat transfer engineering, and rural energy systems. He is the invited visitor of International Center for Theoretical Physics, Italy from 19th to 18th June 2011. He got MHRD Research Fellowship at NIT Trichy from 2008 to 2010. He published 40 research articles at journals and conference proceedings. Dr. Iswaramurthy is a member of editorial board in International Journal of Energy Engineering and associate editor in International Journal of Integrated Energy System. Now, I will invite Dr. Iswaramurthy to give a talk on solar micro power systems in the field of thermoelectric effect. Thank you, sir, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Srinivas, sir, for your invitation and given about a short introduction about me. So it's very honor to accept your invitations here and give my talk on this. I am a part of what you call the resource person 5 days FTP program, which is organized by this NIT Jalandhar, the Department of Mechanical Engineering. So before I like to, I think so my slide is visible to everyone. My voice is also it's reachable to everyone.
Yes.
The thing, yes, sir, thank you. So regarding my the title of the presentation, I refined into that what I call that in very simple form. It is in solar thermoelectric power generation. It is a broad area. It is going to cover all the power generations at small scale level. That is a micro. At micro scale level only. It is for what we call that the benefit of sustainable power generations. Where I like to give my talk in various aspects, in the introductions about the thermoelectric, then various report, the literature which is already taken into the consideration of solar and thermoelectric for the power generation. What are the advances? So what are the what we call the 10 newer methods or newer techniques it is already undergone in this topic also I like to cover. So before going to that talk, so let me discuss about the background, why we want to go for this solar thermoelectric power generation. Probably.
Please, sorry, please go for presentation mode.
Yes, sir.
Presentation mode, please switch to presentation mode.
Achha, okay. So I'm sharing now, sir. Now it's
sharing is coming. I'm asking presentation.
Achha, okay.
Presentation mode, yeah, presentation mode.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Sorry. This fine, sir?
No, it's not coming.
No, it is not visible. No slide.
Share it again. Maybe sharing.
Sharing is an issue.
Could you share it again? Yes. Now PPT came, but it is not in the presentation mode.
Now, sir?
It is fine, but it is not in the presentation mode. Yes, yes, fine.
Okay.
Now it is presentation mode. Fine, fine. Proceed.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your feedback here. So this is my talk. So I confine my talk in the title. It is in the common broad aspect solar thermoelectric power generations. Probably, so I noticed the couple of researchers were talking about the specific solar-assisted conventional power cycles and other related issues. But here it's a solar-assisted thermoelectric power generation using in CPEC effect. So I like to give my presentation where based upon the literature or based upon my experience. So my talk, which is covered here, we start with an introductions. The demand for the clean energy resources. So people will always in a great concern for the couple of decades. The issues, the fossil fuels is a reduction, and that it also involved with an cost. It is more cost on the import bills, and also it is an indirect form of pollutions from the fossil fuels. The people are demanding for more technologies for and renewable energy based. It is in clean energy technologies. Where we can take the solar, it's a major. So that's a topic of the FTP. It is in solar. It has some disadvantages, but it has what we call it and more advantages exclusively power generation and carbon footprint are concerns. Where some of the points where we discussed here, the direct energy conversions, which is going to be attract the researchers due to simple in construction and easy to fabricate, and there is no loss in the energy conversion stages compared to other indirect methods. The future, it has some special features where the solar assisted thermoelectric generators will going to attract the researcher as well as the users. How it is, what are the plus point? We are talking about this conversion of solar radiation into electricity. People already discussed with an indirect method and direct method, so no need to discuss again. Where indirect method, so if you power capacity, it is more than 100 kilowatt, probably is a category. Some standards, some country standard may rated with the number in 5 kilowatt. Some people will rate it with 100 kilowatt. So it is an medium power cycle we are considered as a 10 kilowatt. Where in a direct methods, where the unit is very less than 1 unit, it is a micro power generations. So we can use the solar photovoltaic and thermoelectric. So for the small scale unit, the problem of the solar photovoltaic cells or panels, it is limiting in the users due to the higher cost and low load factors. Probably the electrical engineer might be knowing what it means, low load factors. So moreover, this solar photovoltaic problem is having the nighttime we cannot use it. Further, what is an alternate? How the technical solution is going to be provided for this? So probably in the semiconductor material where the thermoelectric modules are presently with reduction in the material cost. So it is a very cost effective when compared to photovoltaic cell. So the photovoltaic cell, it's a high precision manufacturing technologies involved, but where in a thermoelectric cell, it's require very simple manufacturing techniques or simple pressing techniques that will be very easy. So how that thermoelectric model is going to be shows that I will give you my couple of slides. So moreover, this case we taken into that integrated energy system. We are integrating a solar collector or solar photovoltaic cell and integrating with other Rankine cycle. So generally we can call it as a solar Rankine cycle. Similar way, the solar thermal collector or photovoltaic cell is integrated with thermoelectric system. We can call it as solar thermoelectric power generations. There are many work already reported given in this cost-effective, energy-efficient energy systems, where integrated thermoelectric generators is incorporated with an existing energy conversion system. It helps to improve the energy conversion efficiency, and also it gives impact on the reduction in the impact on energy or environment damage. We like to have some couple of direct energy conversion device where solar photovoltaic, piezoelectric converter, thermoelectric converter, thermionic converter, thermophotovoltaic converters. Probably we like to concentrate on thermoelectric. So that's what are the silent future of all the energy conversion. The conversion losses is very less. So here the stage, direct conversion, there is no stage of conversion process like other steam power plant. There is no stage of conversion, energy conversion, only the direct conversion. From when you're giving an input as a heat, we are going to get electricity directly, so without any losses. So compared to other system, it is more efficient, then cost also little less. So we can have a look on this thermoelectric conversion technologies. The current thermoelectric energy conversion technology efficiency is very low compared to other standalone systems like photovoltaic cell, where the current thermoelectric materials is having the power 8 to 15%, about 25 to 45%. The cooling COP is 3 times lower than the typical compressor-based cooling systems, where the advanced thermoelectric materials cools its next 3 to 6 years. It's going to be improved 20 to 30% efficiency power, wherein average value EJT. So I will discuss this EJT value. So what is the things? It is a 2.0, but why 2.0 or why 1 or why it's 4? The cooling also is going to be improved at 2 to 5 times, where increase in COP. So it is this thermoelectric conversion technology. It's attracted in many applications, small scale, standalone power and cooling system, and with integrated system. With integrated system is a hybridizing the systems. So that is going to help to enhance the thermal performance even in 2 to 3% based upon the operating temperatures. So it can be also used for the large mini scale devices. So it can be used as a waste heat recovery and also for better thermal management systems. So where it is going to be thermoelectric effect, so or CFEC effect, it is going to be discovered. It is going to be illustrated in this small sketch, a small diagram this slide. It is 1981. It is discovered by this effect, the Thomas CFEC. The phenomena is very simple here. The two dissimilar materials make it in a difference in the temperature at T1 and T2, or hot junction and cold junctions. And effect in EMF is going to be generated by the effect of CFEC effect. So probably this diagram clearly shows how this electricity is going to flow, where the heat source and heat sinks, it is maintaining at two different temperatures, where P and N are two different dissimilar materials. Then you will get an electricity on the electricity flow by this CFEC effect. How this thermoelectric model is going to be looks. This slide is clearly showing that outcome, where T1 and T2, two different temperature in a schematic diagram. That it is called as we might be noticed it is a thermocouple. It is a similar thermocouple, but the thermocouple is a combination of many thermocouples added together. So we can say it is called as a thermoelectric models. Where is a couple of thermocouple is joined together, so series and parallel, we can say it is a thermoelectric model. All thermocouple is working on the principle of CFEC effect. Where one parameter it is called as a figure of merit value. The figure of merit value is the factor. It is depends upon the S square, that is a CFEC coefficient, K thermal conductivity, then alpha, it is an electrical resistivity value. Where S square and alpha is called as a power factor, it is a more power factor value of the figure of merit for the thermoelectric materials. There are different material which is used for the fabrication of the thermoelectric models, where this bismuth and telluride is a low-cost thermoelectric material, and the efficiency also is very less. The lead telluride is a medium temperature thermoelectric materials. The efficiency is better than bismuth telluride. Where the silicon and germanium, it is in high temperature thermoelectric materials used in high temperature application, where this gas turbine exhaust, it is in waste heat recovery. For that, it is the siliconium and germanium is going to be used. Then bismuth and antimony, it is a new kind of high temperature application. This combination of the material which is developed at IIC Bangalore, Professor Amit Chandra Malik, and another team of faculty at IIT Mumbai. So where in the physics department. So thermoelectric model, the dimension is very safe, or call it very hand-hold dimensions. Probably this thermoelectric model where two leads are here, two leads is having a positive and negative, it's going to be generate only DC current when it's going to generate 20 watts of an electricity. So when we compare to what we call it in photovoltaic models, where these generation of 20 watts of an electricity, so the dimension area is maximum. So here so where the cut section is going to be given, it is clearly mentioned there are a couple of thermoelectric couples. There are a couple of thermoelectric couples is connected in a series and as well as in parallel, where the end when heat source and heat sinks were in between, this material it's electrically connected and thermally insulated the portions. So where it is a dielectric material, it is an thermally insulated and electrically insulated and thermally separated. So this diagram, it clearly shows how that thermoelectric model is going to be placed. Where the major important factor, the figure of merit value. So one factor value where it's going to be improved, it's going to be varied for the different thermoelectric materials. So next slide. So probably, so what is the special features of this thermoelectric model? It is more reliable. So whatever the temperature difference, even in 1 degree centigrade, we can get what goes in some fraction of power. But we cannot expect the similar things in a indirect thermal power plant. So what do you call it in conventional power plant? The temperature difference of 1 degree, 2 degree centigrade. So steam cannot be generated, where the threshold value of the temperature is the maximum. Here there is no threshold value of the temperature. The temperature difference even 0.1 degree centigrade also, we can generate electricity. So that's what the reliability is more here. It is more in silent, since there is no any moving component in this part. So it is it will be automatically in a silent, like other conventional power plant, where the steam boiler or what call it and steam turbine, it's a very silent. Where there is no moving component, so definitely there is no frictions. The no friction, the friction losses is going to be decreases. Where the flexible in size, the dimension of this would call it in thermoelectric models here, where it depends upon the number of thermocouple is attached in this thermoelectric model. The thermocouple can be varied based upon your design. So we are going to be design the size for 20 kilowatt. We can go for 20 watts. We can go for thermoelectric model for 25 watts also. So this is dimension of the thermoelectric model. It is a flexible in size. So no issues. There is no emission, since there is no combustion of fossil fuels. So there is no point in what you call the no emission. So these are the features. It's more attractive. So the people work towards what you call the thermoelectric power generation or material aspect, or in integrated system with solar and thermoelectric. This feature is going to give additional value. So now regarding this figure of merit value, so we discussed in the earlier slides, where a couple of material, bismuth telluride, lead telluride, silicon germanium, lanthanum telluride. It's one more materials also here, where the thermoelectric generator, which is going to be efficiency, thermoelectric generator efficiency is calculated. One minus, that is a Carnot cycle efficiency, another one is thermoelectric material efficiency. All the materials where EZT value, that is a figure of merit value, between 0.2 1.4. So 0.2 1.4, it is a problem, it is a limiting value. So limiting value is going to be limit the thermoelectric generator efficiency. If the material scientist or physicist, they develop an EZT value, it's a higher EZT value of thermoelectric material, probably this thermoelectric generator efficiency is a better way than the conventional power plant. So where the temperature of all the material which is going to be rated up to 1000 degrees centigrade, it starts from 0 degree. So the maximum temperature difference or operating temperature, it varies up to this point. Probably so lanthanum telluride, it's high-end, high temperature material. That bismuth and telluride, it's the figure it's showing that it is a low temperature. There between the medium lead and telluride, then silicon and germanium. So we can go to the next slide. So there's a couple of equation which is connected to the previous slide. Also, we can write this thermoelectric power generation where heat source Qn, which is equal to thermal conductivity of the thermoelectric material, and temperature difference between the sources, where the heat sink, the Q out, which is in simple equations, where the maximum efficiency of thermoelectric power generator, it's categorized into Carnot cycle and thermoelectric material that we already mentioned in the previous slide also. So this equation, the maximum thermoelectric efficiency or thermoelectric generator efficiency, it is a function of two efficiency terms. One is Carnot cycle, another one is in thermoelectric material, where thermoelectric material is the figure of merit value, the figure of merit value of the thermoelectric materials. Yes. So almost experimentally demonstrated that maximum efficiency, where EZT value from the recent times, it goes up to 1.5 to 2. So probably if you are looking into some good journals in the Nature journal, energy Nature journals, the New Year people, the peoples are working on the New Year thermoelectric material, where the EZT value it's going to be reached up to maximum 4. Once this maximum 4 value EZT value is going to be reached, probably this domain of thermoelectric power generation is going to be one of the breakthrough technologies, one of the breakthrough energy conversion systems for all the applications. Sorry. Where again I like to give some couple of devices here, where the heat energy is absorbed. The detailed view of thermoelectric models probably can be exploded view, where it is going to be so where the thermoelectric energy conversion, where we can say the thermocouple thermoelectric energy conversion systems. It is a thermocouple arrays. We simply call as a thermocouple array, where heat is supplied and heat is rejected, heat source and heat sink. The TC power, electric power output, which is coming out, where there's an applications, where the different application, it's a military application, aerospace application, and instrument. Even in biological system, I will show some couple of biological slide, so single slide on the biological application, where it is going to be an important role in thermoelectric models, and medicine and the industrial application, where the commercial product, where the isolated energy, where the solar radiation which is not available, where this atmospheric change in temperature is going to be vary, where this thermoelectric model is an important energy conversion systems. So we will see the couple of next slide, probably it is in detail. Where in a thermoelectric model, if you go in details, probably you can see there's an exploded view of a thermoelectric model is here, where the thermocouple, where this component were taken, the removed after removing of the thermoelectric model, how it is an inside. So it is an exploded here, where this thermocouple elements, where the 0.95 mm, 1.6 mm, 0.95 mm, it is what we call the legs. It is called some legs of thermo couples are P material or N material. So PN material, it's legs where we will categorize the dimension. It's very same 0.9595, it is in square in shape. 1.6 mm, it is leg length. So probably this dimension can fabricated using the powder metallurgy techniques or in the manufacturing technologies. We can go for what we call the P material and N material and connect it in a couple of what we call the electrical wire and thermal insulators. So with different dielectric materials, probably we can form this kind of develop this kind of devices. It is called as thermoelectric models. Probably that all the things it is easily fabricate once if you know no need of any high-end technology to fabricate the systems. So that's what I try to say in this slides. Where it is again, it's a simple things how it is going to be connected as output voltage for two leads and the couple of what we call the thermocouples where cold junction and N junction and hot junctions, how it is connected here, it's a very simple one. So when the top edge of plate, it is called as an it is a plate at TC temperature. When other side, it is called as an bottom chip, it is an TH temperature, it's hot in hot temperatures. Some it is an energy conversion where it is called some basic arrangements here, where that thermoelectric converters, how it is going to be tested. So for this simple model test platform, how it is going to be connected, and it is easily shown here where the cooled liquid block or an inlet hot water two ports where the hot water or hot fluid or hot steam, where the thermoelectric models is going to be placed in between the hot and cold plate. So we can do our experiment by controlling hot side temperature and cold side temperature. Probably we can vary the temperature at cold side as well as on hot side. Then we can see how the performance is going to be varied. It is simple in thermoelectric converter things. So here it is in 500 watt thermoelectric power generation system. How this performance is going to be studied with a simple sketch where in 2020 where the Journal of Hydrogen Energy people are demonstrated. It is very recent publications where the peoples worked on this thermoelectric power generation performance analysis. So some couple of power and cost ratio for the different thermoelectric model. It's one of the important parameters. So I like to skip here. So there is no sufficient details about this model 1 and model 2, model 3. So here, where in very old data where the micro scale power generation system using then exhaust of what we call it and stove, how that thermoelectric generators for the electronic system, is for an electronic system. In the electronic systems where the waste heat is trapped and the power is going to be generated using these technologies. So where the full assembly system where probably this right hand side you might be seeing then electronic board. Then electronic board it's cooled by some medium where it is connected with other couple of instrument connected for an experiment. So now we like to give what we call some combination of the hybrid systems with concentrated solar radiations, where the solar radiation point where sun tracking systems, or it is called other panels where at bottom side, at different location of sun tracking, where this thermoelectric generator is going to be activated, or this thermoelectric generator is driven by the concentrated solar radiations. Where the thermoelectric generator and concentrated solar energy. So probably this diagram, so probably you will get some idea where this personal lens is going to be concentrate the solar radiation on the heat plate. The heat plate and heat pipe, it is connected and interconnected here, where you can easily have a look on this heat pipe where the heat it is connected with the water, where we are getting the hot water in this system or water level, where the heat is lost from the water tank. And this thermoelectric generators, where it's maintaining a two temperature TH and TC, we are going to generate an electricity from only on the solar radiation and that heat difference at the heat pipe. So this is also simple configuration. Probably we can, someone might be interested, we can go for this heat pipe. It is going to be an equipped and powered with other kind of, the water is coupled with some couple of nano fluid or mixed with the nano powder. What will be the performance of the nano fluid based one and the ordinary water based one? We can actually go for comparatives. So probably it is not an old one, it's very recent one, 2014. So it is for the combined system where the heating and cooling process. Where again this concentrated solar energy for the similar configurations, where it is shown in this diagram. So it is for same power generation and heating of power and heating generation modes. So the things is very an experimental setup, but the result, the outcome of the result or outcome of this experimental setup, it is a better cost per benefit ratio. Again, this concentrated systems, where in a different configuration of experimental setup here, it is shown in this diagram. Probably you can understand. So we can also plan to develop the similar system with the different fluid, the similar concept with the different thermoelectric materials, or the configuration of what we call the arrangement of heat pipe. It is an changing of the dimension, changing of in a shape. Probably it gives then better result, or change of the pitch ratio. The pitch ratio in this heat pipe, probably it is in different, probably they are kept in a constant. If we change this pitch ratio, it also operating parameters, it's going to change its performance in a better, overall performance in a better way. So that the diagram which is shown in the earlier case, how this thermoelectric, so water temperatures is going to be varied, where then 60 watt upon power output, and that outside temperature, water temperature, how it is going to be varied. So things are in this graph, where the properties of the thermoelectric generators under the previous cases, it is taken as some symbol sketch here. So where you can have a look on this thermoelectric generator, how that power, what will be the power of this thermoelectric generator. It's clearly 7. So maximum at 200 degrees centigrade, it's 5.7 watts. It is not a 20 watts. Even in sometimes some of the companies, it's HIZ or in a thermionic, the people are developing in 20 watts or 25 watts single model is going to be generated, but these people are used for only the 5.7 watts power generation models, where the thermal resistance and other thermal properties, it is already given in this specified by these manufacturers. Where this power generation by single thermoelectric generator, where we mentioned it is a 5.7 watts, it's a maximum power, but its maximum power here, it's generated at a resistance. It is around 3.5. When the resistance is going to be enhance the power generation also, it's going to be dropped for this change in temperature of 150 degrees centigrade. Where for the change in temperature for 200 degrees centigrade, it's in the previous slide, it's shown what we call it 5.7. So, but here the case is in 150 degrees centigrade, only the 3.5 volts is the maximum power it's reached here. For this change in temperature is 60 degrees centigrade, the maximum power it's going to be 1.27. So probably if you like to go for the change in temperature, it depends upon the parameter of change in temperature and the resistance. The resistance is for the particular resistance, it's threshold resistance, the maximum power, the power is going to be the maximum. For that, better you can keep the cold one. If you want to increase the tel D, what the possibilities is, so hot side temperature can increase or cold side temperature we can go for degrees. Sometimes the plant, the people are working on the cold the patient material. The patient material, the melting temperature, it starts from -4 to 180 degrees centigrade. Probably if you keep some cold side temperature or melting temperature, you've taken into the consideration melting temperature at minimum, probably that possibly it may come what we call the tel D value is going to be maximum. That time probably you may get the maximum temperature, sorry, maximum power generation output. So here some other concept here where in photovoltaic and thermal system with thermoelectric generators. So many people are working on a photovoltaic and thermal system where this photovoltaic cell is having one vessel characters, what we call that, when the temperature of the cell is going to be increases, it's going to drop its performance. So for that, in order to increasing the temperatures, in order to minimize what we call the temperature rise, there will be the cooling methods or integrating it. Some thermal system is integrated with photovoltaic and thermal system. But now this case, some others as integrated with thermoelectric generators. Now the thing is integrated energy system is an important role. That's what I told in the beginning of my slide. It's an integrated energy system. Already whatever existing system is there, please you can integrate thermoelectric component or thermoelectric model. Please you can have a look on the study how the performance is going to be. Very definitely it's going to be very, because it is an additional component, an additional energy conversion. It can be easily incorporated or easily hybridized with an existing system where the heat loss is going to be maximum to minimize the heat loss to, or what we call it, enhance the performance in a 1% or 2%. It's a better way. So here this study, it's very made it and very simple, where they kept solar cell, then backside of the solar cell, what you call it, an electrode, where it is connected, what you call it, to keep the cell temperature is normalized. Then it is 3, which is connected with thermoelectric generators, where in the fourth point it's a heat extractor. Heat extractor is nothing but here it is thermoelectric generator cold side. The thermoelectric generator cold side, so probably it is going to be heat is going to be removed. For that they are using a water circulation. Probably it is very simple in constructions. So it can also be done by small large scale experiment. So it is already published in good reputed journals for the non-concentrated solar radiation. It is what you call it, flat plates. Since all solar panels are working on the flat plate concept, there is no concentrating type. So again, some equations where we made it in a thermoelectric generator efficiency, where the HIT is the figure of merit value, where this parabolic trap concentrator, where these people are working, where they're using a thermoelectric concentrator, trap concentrator and parabolic disc concentrator are different. The disc concentrator, the concentration ratio is maximum, where the operating temperature or yield temperature is maximum compared to parabolic trap. Parabolic trap concentrator, the discussed, it is a line focused collector. The line focused collector is always give less temperature, less attained temperature than the concentrating solar collectors, where this thermoelectric model is kept at the focal line of parabolic trap concentrator, the hot side. Probably we can also generate an electricity. This is simple correlations here. That depending upon the concentration ratio, how that electrical efficiency of the system is going to be improved. for how that the plate temperature is going to be varied. It is simple in case where the maximum addition 11% is reached for the concentration ratio when it's reached in 120. So this graph, then this compared to the thermal energy storage tank. So when we are talking about heat transfer fluid, and heat transfer fluid, it's in a high temperature where density of the heat transfer fluids are always maximum. We cannot use what we call it other low density fluids because of the evaporation and other things. Where the high density heat transfer fluid, which is used in all thermal cycle or solar thermal cycles to make the thermal stability of the systems. So this is what we call it in symbol and sketch, where thermal storage and control volume of the mathematical, it is not connected to these pictures. Where we are also discussing some of the things where mathematical models. I like to skip it from here because it's it's very tough to understand without any schematic diagram. So where this thermoelectric generator with multiple solar concentrators, where the concentrator is in a different one. Class will come at 4. Very urgent.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
It is very urgent. So actually, Sharma said it was not me, sir. Actually, he has heard something different. Like he said, it doesn't come to me, sir. No? You just the party at the center. May kindly approve the draft. After that, they will issue it. No. No, sir told me I will. It is already sent. I will send that. Here he was.
May kindly
approve the draft. Actually, sir, these are the.
You remove that one.
I will remove, sir. No problem.
Give me the next one.
Yes, no problem.
21.
So you keep it here so that we get it. After that, you will send when it comes. He told me if it is approved, and then we will send it. It will be better to keep it here. Yes. Okay, sir. This is what the draft actually.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry to bother you.
Sorry for the delay. So I'm taking some urgent break. So here the thermoelectric generator with multiple concentrator, we are given in a symbol diagram here. Now, another thing is it's a solar micro energy harvesting, where the micro power and using a thermoelectric and latent heat effect, where the sensor and actuator, which is going to be, if you want to operate a sensor and actuator, we need the power at micro level, microwatts level capacity. Further, we are using in thermoelectric generators. So for that, the simple experiment already done in this paper, where how it is going to be harvest the solar energy using a thermoelectric and latent heat effect. Some couple of experiment here. So it is an experiment here. It is already done, where it is connected all the parameters, where the PCM, phase change material, where this insulation material, where the thermoelectric generator is going to be connected. All the operating parameter is continuously monitored using laptop through data acquisition systems. When this PCM material is going to be heated up, where this spotlight is going to be heated up, where it is going to be for the solar, it is acting as a solar. It is where the solar radiation which is falling on the hot side of the thermoelectric generator, where it's going to be transfer the heat, where the cold side of the thermoelectric generator, where transfer the heat in this PCM material. That's what when the couple of slides back also I said better we can go for PCM based this system. PCM based what you call that in heat sink. This is called as a PCM based heat sink. When so things are noted here in a data acquisition system, how that with PCM and without PCM, how the performance is going to be varied. This paper is nicely presented as research. We will see this diagram where this experimental setup is shown, where it is work unit with PCM and work unit without PCM, how it is going to be placed. Then the normalizing the temperature, where we are saying that with PCM, the temperature rise, it's very short time. Where and also the time which is taken, it's very fast compared to the with heat sink, without PCM materials. So this graph is generally what we call it, and we can easily understand how the harvested energy with PCM and without PCM it's going to be varied. Then definitely the graph is an evidence. It is noticed that with PCM it's giving what we call it better energy harvesting. So it is so much what we call it. And if you look at the second graph, that without PCM, how much it start with harvesting energy, it is not reached what we call it in point between 0.1 joules also. But probably with PCM, it reached up to what we call it maximum when time is reached in 21 hours. It is in 1.4 joules. It is for the micro scale. It's for the micro energy harvesting system. We cannot expect the maximum power of in a kilojoules or in a kilowatt. So that's what it's a joules. The scale is very micro scales. So this diagram is clearly saying that how this micro energy harvesting is going to be work. So probably in the radiation, daytime, the solar radiation which is going to be absorbed by the thermoelectric generator hot side, the cold side which is going to be transferred the heat is going to be stored it in a PCM material. The PCM is going to be stored the large amount of heat at the melting temperatures. There is in 1+1 at melting temperatures, where during the in the daytime when the solar radiation which is available, when the solar radiation is not available, so it can be give what we call it in convection mode of heat transfer, where the thermoelectric generator is going to be operate. The thermoelectric generator is going to be operate in a reversed bias, in the reversed manner. So it is very simple in sketch, and this attention can be given to further work also. So during the daytime, how this symbol sketch it is going to be work, and during the night time, how this symbol sketch is going to be work. It is also published in 10 years back, but we like to see them couple of thermoelectric generators. It's joined with solar flat plate collectors. So it is very old systems where in 80, where this thermoelectric flat plate collector which is going to be coupled with a thermoelectric generator. So it is not a new thing. People in 1980 itself told me probably that people might be read his paper. So it's very finer in this field. So he started his business in integrate the solar and thermoelectric. It is in 1980 itself. They got some couple of what you call the plate temperature at 70 degrees centigrade. There is when they're taken into the 0.1 meter square surface area, then overall net efficiency it's around only the 7%. It's very less value. But even though it is an attempt to work on the further energy conversion system, and it's a sustainable systems, where the flat plate collector with concentrator. So earlier case only the without concentrator, now the flat plate collector with concentrator. This also is going to be developed, where the efficiency was improved little 1.2. So when they are additionally used in aluminized polyester reflectors. So where the temperature also maximum receiver temperature also it's rise to 70 to 100 degrees centigrade here. So it is for an example, it is for an evidence where the people have worked on this topic. There in parabolic trap collectors with a thermoelectric power generator there and integrated here, then thermoelectric devices which is focused on the second reflector concentrator on the receiver component, where this second concentrator receiver component, how this thermoelectric device, the cooling tube and the cooling mechanism are mean to say it is an heat sink which is going to be taken into the case. We supposed to see it here in this what we call the symbol sketch. So where it is called as a parabolic trap concentrator, it is not a parabolic disc concentrator, it is an line focus system. It is focused here with one primary concentrator and another secondary concentrator. What is the main issues in this concentrator? We supposed to track, so morning to evening in continuous tracking or the time interval. So that is one of the additional issues where the continuous tracking needs some additional power. Sometimes the people are what do you call that an additional power which we not take it from an external source. People are used with what you call that thermoelectric power generator where incorporated. That electric power can be used for tracking devices to power the tracking devices. So it is called as a self-tracking system. So it is an improvement on this energy conversion on this what you call the topic of solar thermoelectric power generators. Sorry. Where arrangement of compound parabolic concentrators, where Chippu and Chippu at and group of team, it's 2010, they developed a systems with compound parabolic concentrator, and the thermoelectric models are attached in this what you call the receiver area where this heat sink is cooled by mechanism, what do you call the pinned heat sink, the pinned or extended surface heat sink. It is an air cooled one. Someone might be used for water cooled one. Someone might be used for heat transfer fluid or PCM based heat sink. Any other mechanism which is going to be lower the temperature of heat sink. So probably so taken the heat from the heat sink, that will be an additional option, additional what we call the topic to be discussed. Where this overall efficiency of the system, it is reported here, it's a 2.2, where the maximum receiver plate also it's reached at 190 degrees centigrade. So it is a good improvement compared to the previous systems here. Where other systems where it is an photovoltaic and thermoelectric power generator, so where it is an concentrated photovoltaic and thermoelectric conversion, where the photovoltaic and thermoelectric is clubbed together, where it is going to be in heat rejections and where the electric energy is going to be generated in these simple devices. Where it is in photovoltaic and thermoelectric systems are separated, where the PV cell and thermoelectric cell are separated in this nature, where this cooled fluid which is going to be circulated in the bottom of the PV cell in order to cool the photovoltaic cell, where this cooling, it's going to be heat is going to be gained, that hot keen again it's got, and the heat is gained in a photovoltaic cell at preheating heat again it is water is going to be circulated, where this parabolic trap system or housing system, where the concentrated solar radiation again its heat is going to be gained. That heat, the gained heat is going to be used for the thermoelectric cell. So it is in separated photovoltaic thermoelectric power generation system. It is also reported in 2010, same Chippu and Megapi, ASME journal publications. Then another combinations here where this thermoelectric can be used for ventilation purpose. Yes, the Manmin et al. At Thailand, the people are used for the thermoelectric assisted, thermoelectric powered the exhaust fan, thermoelectric assisted exhaust fan. This system where the exhaust fan is going to be used, exhaust fan is going to be powered using a thermoelectric model. The thermoelectric model is mounted at the rooftop. The rooftop, we might be getting what we call the difference in temperatures at the roof surfaces, where it is powered. That power can shunt into that what we call that, and using this exhaust fan. So we are getting in cross ventilations, the proper ventilation for these houses. So this is in where a small scale or micro power generation system application where solar and thermoelectrics are concerned. There is a couple of experiments where we did in year 2008 at NIT Trichy. We tried for solar thermoelectric power generation system, where the solar solar parabolic dish-shaped concentrator systems, where it is a schematic diagram. So where some couple of experiment here. It is manual operated because we need what we call it in demonstration purpose. So also like to view what we call it in some couple of application where there's thermoelectric can be used in other applications where the biomass stove, the waste heat from the stove can be used, waste heat from the stove wall can be used to power this thermoelectric generator. For that, no need of external energy. So it is in waste heat from the biomass stove can be operated this thermoelectric generator to generate an additional electricity. So for that, this is also one of the best system. Probably if you have look on this biosystem or some of the system which is in a commercialized for this biomass stove thermoelectric, where you can go for campaigning, or you can go for what we call the cell-powered battery, mobile charging, and other applications. Where this one of the standalone systems, some of the things which is available in the market, but it is one of the best techniques. I told also there's an application in the biological system. Human body is a biological system where the heart is going to be pumped with your what you call the blood vessels, where some of the things that people are getting what you call the issues with heart issues, where this pacemaker is going to be regulate your blood circulations, blood circulation. Further, it is acting as external pumping devices, acting to act the external pumping devices, where the pacemaker is generally it's powered with battery, like a small battery. The battery is the problem whenever the battery is getting discharged, the patient is supposed to be taken into the hospital to taken the pacemaker and check the battery is there or the battery is discharged or not. It is very inconvenient to the patients. So for that, if you incorporate, so this thermoelectric powered, or it is called as an implanted power sources to operate the pacemaker. So it will be an additional, it will be what you call it, until the human body is alive, this blood circulation is going to be keep your body is warm. The body warm of body is going to get what you call the acting as a heat source to operate this thermoelectric. The thermoelectric is going to operate your pacemaker. So pacemaker for this to take some couple of electric pulse to induce your blood circulation in the heart. So where even a similar concept which is used in what we call the health monitoring system, where even body heat temperature, how that heat is going to be generated. It's something like where in the earlier couple of slides at the beginning of the slide, we see the bismuth and telluride, where the thickness equal to 0.95 centimeter and 0.95 centimeter 1.6. It is for the conventional thermoelectric models. Where even in this slide, I like to say that thermoelectric model can be fabricated in the form of what you call the like an PAPIX. Like a PAPIX, we can develop. So PAPIX dimension it's a 0.2 mm or 2 mm. So we can fabricate bismuth and telluride based on these PAPIX dimensions. That's what this diagram, this slide, it's going to be says. This thermoelectric with what you call it wearable thermoelectric. It is called simply, sometimes it's called as wearable thermoelectric. The wearable thermoelectric also one of the upcoming research domain. Many peoples from India also, the couple of people are working on this wearable thermoelectric devices. If you have an idea, please, we can also have explore this. And apart from solar thermoelectric, it is another biological thermoelectric system also one of the upcoming research topic. Where the hybrid system, where I like to, it is in previous slide, where the couple of slides which is going to be connected in the same notation, we like to skip it here, where the solar photovoltaic and thermoelectric hybrid system, where the concentrated photovoltaic cell, where it is in detail, then DETLR, it is connected, where it is connected with what we call that next layer, the outer layer of photovoltaic cell, it is a DETLR. The DETLR is connected with the hard side of the thermoelectric models, where in a heat sink. So this is a schematic diagram where the photovoltaic and thermoelectric hybrid system, how it is going to be connected. So even in some recent literatures, when I'm looking into the solar thermoelectric generator assisted water pump, how that water pump is going to be operated using this solar thermoelectric based assisted water pump, where it is mounting. So, couple of diagram probably it is helping to pump this thermoelectric solar photovoltaic and thermoelectric are integrated here to pump what we call the water. So it is called a solar thermoelectric generator assisted water pump. So where this some couple of where in the previous slide, when I was noticing it, some informations how this solar thermoelectric water pumping is going to be in importance. The first one, solar thermoelectric water pumping, where so only photovoltaic water pumping, where the T cell generator water pumping. How this going to be a benefit for us, where the variations depending upon the cost economics or economic analysis, it is going to be given. The maintenance is almost nil for all the systems, but operating hours. So we consider it is in per year, it is in 2,880 hours. The first year how much, then second year how much, but this thermoelectric generator cost, it's an almost it is the same, but compared to the photovoltaic, compared to the diesel. So diesel, the diesel value is going to be always vary. So that will be the plus point on this economic aspect, where we can go for photovoltaic. Photovoltaic it is in water pumping is best, since it is an operating cost of up to the 5 years. It's very high cost here. So what are some of the future developments here, where we can develop some near solar thermoelectric system, different solar collector assisted, so thermal collector assisted thermoelectric generators. And we can also develop some advanced thermoelectric material to improve the HRT values, HRT value of thermoelectric generator. Probably it is going to be enhance the overall performance. Probably I said HRT value to maximum 4. Then some analysis where economic analysis or energy analysis or what we call thermodynamic or what we call the performance analysis, it can be done to study its performance. That always the performance by cost. The performance by cost, it is a major factor which is going to be decide any systems, not only what we call the solar thermoelectric. Even the material performance by cost is maximum. So it is a maximum. The cost is maximum, performance is very less. The parameter is going to be plays an important role. The concentrator can be added, so additional concentrator can be added to improve its performance, and in the further studies, in the couple of studies here, where the low conversion efficiency of the thermoelectric will more effective for it is a small scale power generation systems. As I said, the couple of it is a conversion efficiency. It's hanging with HRT value, where HRT value equal to 1 and 2 or 3. So where this it is deciding this low conversion efficiency compared to other conventional systems, where it is still more effective. We can go for what we call the small scale power generation. That is what we call the my conclusion here, and what we call the further development in the topic. So we like to conclude here what we discussed. The different types of solar power generation technologies are we discussed here. Then some cost-effective components, the maximum its conversion efficiency in the further research can be addressed. The more attention can be made to develop advanced materials, the structure appreciation, and more practical applications. Then it's a global need for the sustainable and clean, inspire, create assignment. So in this topic, the innovation of the reviewed technologies can be meet energy conservation and environment production is concerned. So I think I'm closed here. So if you have any questions.
Sir, I have one question. How much
Please.
the voltage? How much voltage is generated? All are the real case studies you have presented. Exactly, how much the voltage will be generated from that thermoelectric?
No, so we are talking about not an voltage. We are talking about the amount of power, electrical power generations. Maximum
Yes.
it is vary from. Let me complete this. It's vary from what we call the 10 models. So what kind of models we are using? It is a 20 watts or 10 watts or 5 watts, right? So the voltage which is going to be generated, what you call it, it is in the max load voltage. It is vary from what you call it, number of thermocouples which is used in the particular models. Right now, sir? So we don't have any constant the value. So it is vary from the different what you call the system, different configurations.
One more thing, which type of thermocouple type? Normally in industry, there are J type, K type, B type, S type, P type.
J types. J types. Probably it is in J type. It is based upon the operating temperatures. Right, the operating temperature is going to be very. To say the type, the name, the type of the thermocouple is going to be vary. You agree with me or not?
Yes, exactly. Normally, temperature range depending on the temperature, the thermocouple will be designed. So, I hope which type, suppose it is 1000, then you will go for K type. But suppose it, any other types also want
No.
that.
So, sir, so I like to tell you the thermocouples here. It's categorized in the various couples. So various what you call that in material. So right, different 4 or 5 material. It's going to be differentiated in the first leg. Probably if you remember it. So I hope this bismuth, lead, and what do you call that? Bismuth antimony. It's going to be varied. So this operating temperature is going to be varied. This operating temperature is connected with what you call the scale, the K type, J type, this kind of thermocouples. But we are talking about only on a thermoelectric material where this ejective value is going to be maximum. That is our attention. So that is what you call the thermoelectric material physicist attention. They want to improve, they want to give what you call better development system. When the mechanical engineer, energy expert, they can develop what you call how that effective way this can be designed for the maximum utilization of available energy. Right now.
Sir, any real time case study that is where is implemented in your NIT Trichy?
No, it is for
NIT.
no NIT Trichy. It was in 10 years back. It is for the PhD work. It was done. Then another couple of people also they're doing something, but it is in the lab scale. It is for only for the purpose of research publications. So whatever the people.
No real time case study is available at presently.
No,
but
the practical. No, practically it is not available. The practical scale, it is on the lab scale. All the things which is available on this, the lab scale, not on the practical scale.
But the very good, interesting things are there. But I hope some industrial application is there. Then we can also implement some.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, that is the intention. I really thank the coordinator to give what you call it an opportunity here. So I supposed to present my case and yesterday my presentation. Due to my other official commitment, I could not make it out. So I'm extremely sorry for my inconvenience yesterday. Even though other commitment, I said yes, I will join in online. I like to give my whatever I prepared. I like
but
to share it.
Very extremely well, and that's why I'm continuously observing you focusly. I hope at the end, today morning also we are interrupting 15 minutes or 10 minutes, but this time we are not interrupting. So, but
No,
lastly, very good interactive
no,
session.
may I know your
Nice.
good name, sir?
I am from Rasmi Mahapatra from Hindalco Industry Limited, Sambalpur, Odisha, Hirakud.
Yeah, so better you can go for what you call it in some the waste heat recovery system on your steel industries, where the waste is going to be generated probably in the molten material. Molten material is poured into that your boundary. Probably at that time, probably you will get a lot of heat is going to be wasted. That heat can be utilized using what you call this thermoelectric setups. Probably it may generate some couple of watts of an electricity. It will save some huge amount of energy. So probably for that there are many couple of papers which is available. So since the topic the domain which is connected to solar, that's what I taken some of the case studies on connected with solar photovoltaic solar thermoelectric power generations.
This is also very good topic. Exactly in a industry, this is also required. We are having a administrative building. I want to implement also one case study. I want to make a proposal for that. but really it is very nice. But you told that there is no implementation at present. So unless
No,
there
so
is an implementation,
once the implementation when starts from your side, when the file is initiated from your side, the course coordinator is here, then definitely sir also will help you out how to prepare or implement. Then we will jointly do something. No issues.
Okay. Thank you,
okay,
Dr.
great.
Thanks for your comments and thank you, Dr. Srinivas sir. So I think I'm supposed to complete up to 4. Then in the 20 minutes early, my slide is got over. No issues, no?
You gave very elaborate discussion on beautiful applications in the various integrations of the thermoelectric effect systems, including heat pipes, solar thermal systems, and really very interesting integration systems. And some of the participants here texted. I'm reading those questions. 3 questions I'm seeing here.
Okay.
One question from Dr. Manivel.
Okay, sir.
He is asking for medical wearable device. Please elaborate on compatibility, safety on the patients. Second is also manufacturing of thermal.
Yes. I'd like to give what you call the term.
Patient is asking.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. It is
Someone
from
is.
Yeah. I think
some interpretations, so no issues, just some disturbance. Regarding this one, sir, because yes, sir. Regarding that questions which is raised by the particular participants, I like to advise you better you can go for some medical journals. It is in medical devices journals, probably other safety norms and the things. So we have to give some comprehensive input in the span of 1 year. 1 hour. So probably my information it is also striking in my mind. So why can't we propose or implement share this information to the participants almost to 1995 more than 100. So probably if someone is having really interested, I request you, please you can go for particular journals in the medical journals. You will get all the what you call the information about the medical safety and where it is these devices is implemented very successfully. Some case studies probably it might be presented. So I will also I like to tell to my scholar also, please you can ask them to review or something like we can get what you call it and update the information. So thanks for your questions.
Sir, one more question I am seeing.
Yes, sir.
This is Professor Devakanta. Why is the efficiency of TEG is very low? Why is the efficiency of the TEG?
Okay. So actually it is a factor, it is called as a figure of merit value. The figure of merit value, when I shown in that efficiency terms, it is connected with the 2 components. One is a Carnot cycle, another one is a thermoelectric material. The Carnot cycle efficiency is always in the hot side and cold side, where the thermoelectric material it depends upon the factor, it's a figure of merit value. The existing thermoelectric material, the figure of merit value is very less. That is the main factor, the efficiency is very less. So people are working on this, improving the thermoelectric material property value. So definitely another couple of months or couple of years, people will get good efficiency of the terms in the thermoelectric is concerned.
Sir, Dr. M. Natarajan, he wants to ask his hand raise.
Yes.
M. Natarajan.
Professor?
Yes.
Good morning, good afternoon, Professor. I am Natarajan. Hope you remember me. We met at our Mata Institute of Technology. I am from VIT.
Yes, sir. I remember.
Yeah, adding with your session, I would like to share my experience about the TEG. Here, Professor Rashmi Mohapatra asked about it, whether it has been practically implemented. I would like to share my experience. One of my BTech students did the project in this TEG using the TEG. He kept it on this helmet, human helmet, and he addressed how much amount of cooling effect happened in this one. It is reverse mode, not by power generation.
Yes.
He kept it on the TEG and he noticed there is a significant temperature drop at the inside that helmet. So 5-degree temperature drop from the ambient it is noticed, and there is a power generation also. That power generation I used to generate the that power also I generated by the PV panel which is kept at the top of the helmet.
Okay, it's a hybrid system, both heating
Yeah.
and power
Yeah,
generation.
hybrid
Good,
system.
good.
So PV panel, power generated, and the power is given for the TEG for cooling effect at the inside the helmet. So
Very nice.
I just applying. By adding your session, I'm just sharing. There are some lot
Yeah.
of possibilities. I'm still working on the
Yes.
TEG with the guidance
Okay.
of Dr. Sri Srinivas. I'm happy to share this information in this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nataraj sir, for your the add-on value to this my talk. So definitely
you,
it's a
sir.
good,
Thanks.
good. That's
Thank you.
great. That's great.
Thank you, Dr.
Great,
Natarajan.
great.
Dr. Ishwarmurthy, may I ask a few questions? I have some doubts.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
Actually, some few doubts. And you explained, you analyzed actually the performance with reference to the figure of merit.
Yes, sir.
My doubt is figure of merit is hypothetical concept, because in that figure of merit mostly temperatures are coming on jet, one factor jet is coming. Is it like hypothetical means ideal performance or actual performance?
No, it is an ideal performance. Generally, if you are speaking, it is an ideal performance. But in depth and the microscopic way we approach that, the term HRT value is entirely different. It is an lattice conductivity of what you call the ten, and another one more parameter. So we could not what you call the ten go for in physics way. So that's what I put what you call the ten very defined, what you call it, and easy to understand and very simple equations.
I think a lot of practical, realistic factors may be incorporated to
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Power or efficiency, because I saw a few waste heat recovery systems, because the customer base, in terms of customer point of view, the device may be designed either based on a maximum output, that is a power generation point of view, or maximum efficiency point of view. For example, if the fuel is firing to generate heat, efficiency plays an important role, whereas the energy source is waste heat. Instead of efficiency focusing on maximum efficiency, better to focus on maximum output point of view, because that is energy source is waste heat. That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Sir, one more. Is there any studies on exergy? Because this is a energy conversion, like low grade energy and high.
Yes, exactly, sir.
Energy. That's entropy generation. And is there any studies available on exergy?
Yes, sir. Yes, a couple of people are studied on a thermodynamic analysis of this combined systems. Some couple of systems also. So there is another possibility if the combination of this system is going to be different. So we can go for an exergy analysis or thermodynamic analysis as well.
Because one participant is asking one doubt. Actually, I understood what are the limitations that are stopping in commercialization of this technology, as direct energy conversion such as solar PV is fastly commercializing in the market. What are the stopping? What are the limitations? And participant is asking the low efficiency. Why it is low efficiency?
It's a problem in the solar, which is having the low power factor value. Practically speaking, why this low power factor? It's a connected load to what you call it an estimated load. So there is a factor which is in the terminology which is used in electrical engineering. That component, it is going to be very less in a photovoltaic cell, since it is an availability. Yes. So that if you go for what you call it and photovoltaic, thermoelectric, when the sources are available, sources of the heat which is available, even in sources of heat can be taken from solar radiation, even in sources of heat can taken from the waste heat recovery. So since what you call it in this thermoelectric, it is in nature, flexible in nature to adapt any kind of sources of heat. But we cannot expect the solar photovoltaic, it's going to be accept the waste heat. But this agent, thermoelectric, can take the heat at any form. So that is one flexibility. So where this power factor value, it's a maximum at thermoelectric generators compared to photovoltaic.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you. Any questions from participant side?
Sir, what are the research at present going on in your area?
Yes. Oh, sir, it's a couple of people are working. If you would like to have what you call it and your journals of the purpose, kindly check on this topic. Probably you can find the people from in India or in different countries. Who are the people who are working on this topic? You can easily access. If you really want to work on this topic, so you can find out who are your senior researcher or junior researcher, or so you can follow them. You can take some assistance. Probably it may keep you a track in a positive way.
Thank. Great interactive session.
Thank you.
Any else? Thank you. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for giving me opportunities.
Thanks.
I'm really thankful. So I will call you after 8, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Thank you. Bye. May I take leave right now?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Dear participants, tomorrow morning 9:30 we have a lecture by speaker coming from IIT Ropar. He is giving talk on solar thermal application, various applications like desalination, etc. Kindly join tomorrow morning at 9:30. He is giving two talks on solar thermal applications. Thank you.
Sir, one thing.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Sir,